More like number one worst movie of the year. How sad.
Everyone who hates when I win. The Winged Victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Yeah. Weird.
So with all this talking about Snow White, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about the reviews and everything that it bombed and stuff. Well, I wasn't too surprised. I knew it was gonna be bombing, so it wasn't gonna look all that good watching the premiere, and especially with Rachel's attitude and all. Not surprised. But it's not just her to blame as well. It's also Disney. What they should have done, a background check on see who will respect their decisions, who won't argue about everything. Respect the original as well, who was a big fan, because she wasn't really a big fan. She hated it, Snow White.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film.
But she was talking mess about it as well, and talking down on Snow White and stuff. So I don't understand why they did it. So you can't just blame Rachel for that. You also gotta blame Disney for hiring her. They shouldn't know that, because she was a big woke person, a woke actress as well. But yeah, Disney should have hired someone who was really into the character, really loves it, and has dedication to be in it. Then they could have done a good interviews. They couldn't done a lot more supporting for it to make the name big and all. But no, they want to go woke. So everyone is like saying is go woke, go broke. But like I said, if they want to do something different, they should have done something different than just using Snow White and ruin it. Because in the 30s, the original Snow White animation was the first thing that did Disney big back in those days. So I know it's not a lot of money for us nowadays, but back then it was a lot of money, and they did so well. That's how Walt Disney became more successful, because Snow White made them up to the top. But they had to ruin a great classic, and instead of ruining a classic, they should just done something new, thought of something, a new idea. If they want to do a girl boss or whatever, they couldn't done that with their new princess and all. But no, they had to ruin an original classic that everyone loved. But yeah, like I said, with all the other princes, they don't have to be girl bosses and all. They did their own thing. Not all the princes were all the same, from Ariel, Princess Jasmine, Mulan, and all that other stuff. They were all different. They weren't all the same. So I don't understand why she's talking about that. He's a stalker, or she needs to be a boss babe, and has to be too feminine and whatnot. But hopefully Disney learns their lesson with this.
You've told me before that your version of Snow White is different, and it's more of a 2022 version of Snow White. What did you mean by that?
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince, or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. all of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. But it's one of those things.
So true,
it's
yeah.
an inner journey that she goes on to find her true self, and she meets a lot of people along the way.
Yeah, but I also been seeing that one of the producer's son was saying that his dad had to go tell Rachel how to behave herself and stuff. But I feel like you can't really control people on the way they're supposed to. But I do understand that it's like, yeah, if you're at a job place, you have to behave yourself and stuff and do better for your job. But I feel like, okay, if he tells her something, it's like they shouldn't just out of this. They should never hire her, but it's their fault. So they can't be blaming her. It's both sides as well. So yeah, Disney's gonna lose money for investing in this kind of stuff. They're losing $1 billion. Well, they shouldn't never done it. This movie, they shouldn't just cancel it. But no, they want to go woke, go broke. But yeah, Disney invested this movie, I want to say $270 million, and they only got back from returns is $43 or $45 million, which to me, I don't understand who were the 4 millions who went to go watch it, because they should have made a lot less than that. Of course, like I said, I haven't go watch it. I know other people, there was I seen at least 6 people who did go see it, because there's few seats taken, but most of the seats were all empty most of the time, especially when I went in. I'm gonna put up a clip in a bit that you'll see that the seats were so empty. But yeah, for my movie theaters like here today on Friday, that later on around 6 or 7, they're still so empty after weeks later. But yeah, that's what happens when that's what I should say. That's what Hollywood, Disney's gonna get. And if Hollywood continues like this as well, they're gonna be going down the same route. But they kind of are, because movies aren't making much money like they used to, because they're not making original movies and different ideas, because they're just repeating the same stuff or just rebooting and all that other kind of stuff. Like I said, they just need to make up new stuff. But Hollywood, Disney as well, any corporation.
To film herself in a theater totally empty, giggling, tee-hee-heeing with total glee.
As you can see, there was few seats taken for this hour, and the other hour there was no one who took this seat. And here's an example: no one grabbed this seat. Well, none of the seats were taken where I went to sneak in. But yeah, it's so empty right now. But I know it is early and all, because I've been going to the movie so early. But still, it's still so empty. Movie theaters are losing money because they're just wasting money on empty seats and all. So yeah. And then here's a funny meme when Goku and Vegeta battling to empty movie theaters. And then here's the results of what they made. And of course, they're losing money and what they spend on making it. But yeah, here's are the memes that are so funny. This one's one of my favorite. But yeah, they shouldn't have done that. This one's another one of my favorites. So funny.
Fighting you, no Snow White and her 7 CGI did. Disney's next step is gonna be making Rapunzel fall. I can hear Walt Disney's frozen head screaming in the Disney vault. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the bitchiest of them all? Mirror, mirror on the wall, whose acting career is about to fall. Rachel Zegler is her name. This monstrosity will be her only fame. Show this to my friend before he skydived and he jumped out the plane with no parachute. That mirror is lying. It probably came from Temu, coming to a theater near you. Move. The dwarves look like they came from Chernobyl. This movie isn't releasing, it's escaping. This makes the B-movie look like a Vincent van Gogh painting. Thank you, Disney, you're the world's best at destroying childhood dreams. Is Disney aware that Snow White is supposed to be more beautiful than the evil queen? Evil queen.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, no one's gonna watch this movie at all.
Weird.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, just how far will Disney fall?
Weird.
I think a happy ending would be if she is the apple and the movie fades to black. Even Microsoft is rooting for this Apple cancel due to premium, so I can enjoy the ads. Not even Oppenheimer could make such a bomb. Disney's going down faster and faster. This movie been released in the 1900s, Titanic would have been forgotten.